Unobstructed Views presented by Blue Moon. When you choose a Blue Moon, everything becomes brighter. We are happy to have you with us, and we are happy to be back. It has been a minute since the three of us have been together talking about the Sox. In fact, the last time we were all three together, things were a little bit different in Red Sox Nation. Much more positive as we bring you in tonight. It is Monster Week. It continues on NESN. We've been doing stuff from the Monster all week long. Of course, TC has been on top of the Monster, in the Monster. OB and Lou on top of the Monster as well. Welcome inside our NESN studios, everybody. That is Jared Carrabis. He is on the Jordan's Furniture couch. I am Alanna Rizzo. And of course, you know, World Series champion Jonathan Papelbon, live from his home in Mississippi. Pap, we'll start with you. The Sox sweep back-to-back. It's great to see it. What's your biggest takeaway from the last 6 games?
Man, a lot of my biggest takeaway is they ain't playing nobody now. Come on, you already know this. Now, look, this is when we start getting down to the nitty-gritty, and this is when we start talking about business, right? From here on out, these should all be business trips, okay? And I mean they got to take care of business. Now, if Tampa Bay comes in here and does what they can do what they can do and put a whooping on us, then I ain't buying the Red Sox no more.
Wow. And Jared Carrabis thinks that they're going to get swept in this series.
4-game sweep.
Yeah, he
coming
says
in hot.
4-game sweep. That's what he said.
What?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know about that, but you know, 4 games are hard to sweep, number one, and they're hard to win. They usually get split. So I don't really see us gaining much ground to begin with.
All right, well,
I'll explain when we get back.
I'm going to disagree with you. I say we take 3 of 4. We'll explain more when we come back. Take a look at the pitching matchups coming up today. But before we get into that, explain yourself. Why are they getting swept?
Yeah, so I had, the Red Sox getting swept in that series against the Nats. They ended up sweeping. Had them getting swept in that series against the Rockies. They swept them. So, Pap, I got to run it back, man. I'm a superstitious guy. They're getting swept in this 4-game series, okay?
Okay, I see your angle now there, Mr. Reverse Psychology guy.
In Fair and Foul earlier today, we had a question as to whether or not the Sox, Pap, would take over the lead, basically jump over Tampa Bay as far as the AL East. I said yes. I said they're going to take 3 of 4. You think they're going to split?
Shit, yeah, I think they're going to split. I don't see it otherwise. Tampa Bay is a good ball club. They're not going up against, listen, I'm telling you, even they've got kids that can match our kids. Like you look at, when I look at them, you say, how do they match up, man? Jaron Durant, okay, they got Jake Mangum. I mean, you can go kind of player for player for them. His pitching staff's very similar to ours. So I just don't see us just sweeping them or winning 3 out of 4. I see a split series here.
All right, we already said that one of the questions for fair and foul was whether or not we would take over the Rays in the East. The other question was whether or not there would be 7 or more curse words on Unobstructed Views. You already have one, so I'm glad I took the over. Are you buying this pitching matchup tonight, Pap? What do you?
Wait a minute, y'all betting on me now. Y'all betting on me now.
I was at fault. Carrabis didn't have a bad word last time we were on. It was you and me. You and I were the potty mouths.
Yeah, it's usually the case.
Yeah. So.
Well, because they won. Let's see what happens tonight.
Winning and losing has a lot to do with it, right?
No doubt about it. Really quickly, what does Walker Buehler need to do tonight, Pep?
Well, he's got to go ahead and get ahead, and he's got to have strike zone efficiency. He's got to make his strikes look like strikes, and when they're not swinging, and when he goes outside of the zone, he's got to present them as strikes. They can't be ball out of the hand tonight.
All right, coming off of a start against the Nationals, no walks for Butane. Let's hope that continues tonight. We'll be right back. It is time for our bold predictions of the evening. I think it's fair to say that Carrabis already laid his down with the sweep of the Boston Red Sox by the Tampa Bay Rays. Pap, what is your bold prediction of the night? You're pretty spot on with these typically.
For tonight?
Yes.
Walker Buehler goes 2 2/3, and he gets his tits lit again. I don't see him necessarily having what it takes to get a good big league roster out, and I hope that I'm wrong. Look, I hope I'm wrong on this, but I just don't see his strike zone efficiency is bad, and right now, like I was trying to say earlier, I didn't have much time before the break, but his balls are balls out of his hand, and hitters can see that very early. Now, he didn't walk anybody last time, I think, but I just don't see it in him right now, and I want to start trying to see it.
Man, negative Nancy's over here between Carrabis and Jonathan Papelbon. My bold prediction, which is really not that bold, is I don't think this game is going to be quick. I don't think it's going to be efficient. I think it's going to be a lot longer than the last 3 games.
Don't I get yelled at for putting that stuff in the universe, Alanna?
I think it's going to be a struggle. I think they're still going to win 3 or 4 out of the series. I just don't see the type of efficiency that they've had in the series against Colorado as Walker Buehler makes his way to the hill. Hopefully we're all wrong. Hopefully it's a good, efficiently quick pitch game.
Can I get another bold prediction?
Sure.
TS10 hitting for the cycle tonight, Alanna. Yeah, TS10 is going to do it.
How are you going to do? How is he hitting for the cycle if we're going to get swept?
Oh, because Walker's going to give up 15 in the second inning. It's going to take more than a TS10 cycle for us to win tonight.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Hey, I'm going to get me another bold prediction in, but it's going to be a long-term bold prediction. You ready for this one?
What's
I'm ready.
that?
Brady signs a 4-year deal last year with an option before December 25th, 2025.
Okay. Now, we were just told that there haven't been any discussions even yet between the Red Sox and Bregman. So you still think he's going to get a long-term deal before Christmas?
Yep, I do. Like, that is like your numero uno guy. He is your backbone, especially if he comes back and starts raking the kid's an all-star because of what he did in just really a couple months. So if he comes back doing really what he's capable of doing, you have to make it the numero uno priority of your organization to get that kid back in a Red Sox uniform, period.
You agree with that?
I'm not sweating it at all. Yeah, I mean, I think last winter there were reports that, Alex Cora obviously wanted Alex Bregman. Sam Kennedy wanted Alex Bregman. Craig Breslow, not so much. But now, publicly, Craig Breslow is speaking as if he is a Alex Bregman guy.
Why wouldn't you be an Alex Bregman guy? What's the downside to Alex Bregman?
I guess, if you're on the wrong side of 30, and obviously, the injury could turn people away, but I think now that they're seeing it up close, before they were hearing it from Alex Cora, who obviously was the bench coach in Houston when Bregman was still with the Astros and vice versa. But I think now that they're seeing it up close and hearing guys like Roman Anthony and Marcel Meyer rave about the impact that they've already had on their young careers, and again, to what Pap just said, dude made the All-Star team based on 2 months worth of performance. So yeah, I could totally see them getting something done and it not really being that much of a difficult process.
Pap, doesn't he make the All-Star team just based on the resume, though, alone? I mean, he was selected by his peers, by his teammates. It wasn't a fan vote. I mean, he's been on the IL for the majority of the first half of the season. So, I mean, his resume apparently speaks for itself.
Well, yeah, Alanna, once you make, 4 and 5 All-Star games, that's got to sit up. I got a man there named Sadon. Once you become a perennial all-star and you're in those clubhouses and you start seeing those same faces and stuff, your vote kind of counts a little bit more when you've been there before, if that makes any sense.
Of course.
Yeah, and so, I think that has something to do with it as well. There were some all-star games where I didn't think that I would make it, and I got voted on by my peers, and there were some where the exact opposite, where I thought I shouldn't, and I didn't. But the All-Star Game's a funny vote. The votes are funny, and it's a fan experience, so it's a little bit different than it used to be.
Isn't it getting voted on by your peers because of your peers? Doesn't that mean a little bit more? Because nobody knows how hard the game is other than the players themselves going through it.
It's a great point, Alanna. There's no question about it. And damn, that looked nasty. I'm going to interrupt myself right here. And right here with Buehler, what I just said earlier. So that pitch was strike all the way into the last 2 seconds, and that ball cut in on him. So it presented himself as a strike. So that's what we have not been seeing. So that's a good sign out of him right out of the gate. Let's see what he does here. See, that was a ball out of the hand. To me, that's not a competitive pitch. But I don't know. I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
No, talking about how when your peers vote you into the All-Star game, it means a little bit more.
Yeah, no question it does. No question it does. I always used to be able to go and damn, that's a base hit. I used to always like to go in there early because once guys like Jeters and people and your Barry Bonds and all them showed up, you were lucky to get their autographs because they had been there 10, 12 times already. They weren't signing the gear that the players were. So I would have as a player, you have to go up and get those types of autographs,
What do you remember about the 06 one?
06 was my first one. It was in Pittsburgh. I remember getting really hammered. Really, yes, yeah, I was drinking there. Yeah.
So that's a lot different than 2025. Okay.
Well,
Well,
I don't know if they allow it on the sidelines anymore, but yeah. So.
Oh, I'm quite sure that they are, if they're not allowed, they're concealing it. I'm quite sure they're drinking on the sidelines.
But, I have to say this is probably going to sound cocky, but I felt like I belonged there and I felt really comfortable there. And guys are different when you're at an all-star game. It's much more. This is the first conversations that I used to have with Mo. And those are valuable information that you could take. And those are the only times you get the chance to really have those conversations with the guys that you're competing against all year. So I always just try to take full try to go in there and take as much as I could and learn as much as I could.
what kind of information is being shared in those conversations, Pat? Because I feel like in those days, at least, the whole Red Sox Yankee thing was red hot, and I don't know that many guys are offering up useful information to their stiffest competition. Like, what kind of useful information were you getting?
So, jokingly, I went up to Mariano and I was like, so how do I throw the cutter? And he was like, no, that's Gary Tuck. And so Gary Tuck was a bullpen coach that was both of our bullpen coaches, and he was like, Tuck will tell you. And Tuck, he didn't know that damn thing, so he didn't know how to throw it. But there is Roy Halladay was a guy that I learned stuff from, and then I end up being his teammate. And come on, roll that.
There you go.
Boom.
All right, hold that thought, Pat. We'll be right back so you can finish that story about Doc. All right, we welcome you back to Unobstructed Views. Go ahead, Pat. Finish that story. You were talking about what you learned from Roy Halladay when you guys were teammates.
Yeah, just talking All-Star talk as the All-Star game's coming up, man. Just, you learn so much at those All-Star games, or you used to. Roy Halladay, he taught me how to use my thumb as a rudder, where I could start cutting and sinking my split finger, actually. And that was a whole new level to me. And it's funny, even guys like when Mariano would warm up in the outfield, other pitchers would go stand behind him, just watch him throw his cutter, just watch him, and just try to gain little things, because you got to think you're sitting there with the best of the best, and if you can get one little thing off of them, man, that's huge.
I would imagine it's hard to replicate, though, too. Let's
You know what's interesting, actually, Pat, is Mariano Rivera didn't teach you his cutter at an All-Star game. but he did teach a future Hall of Famer his cutter at an All-Star game. You know who it was?
Kenley Jansen.
Well, I do know he did show a few people. Actually, Jared, I think he did show Roy Halladay.
Correct.
His cut, yeah.
Roy
Okay.
Halladay learned his cutter from Mariano Rivera at the 2008 All-Star game.
That's awesome.
Which you were at.
And a lot of people were pissed off at him about that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because Halladay is another guy that's in his division. I mean, he had probably the biggest opportunity to hurt the Yankees than anyone else. I mean, he used to slice and dice the Red Sox. I remember every time that the Blue Jays were in town, we would look up the probables, and it's like, great, like Halladay again. Like, we never missed him.
Rest in peace, Roy Halladay.
Yeah, no doubt. God rest his soul. It is a Monster Week all week long on NESN. Of course, we've been all over the place at the Green Monster there at Fenway Park. I want to bring in Casey Hudson, who does a great job with all of our social stuff. Case, what's up?
I wish I had Jared and Pap at Fenway yesterday to help with some of the trivia, because the amount of lifelong Red Sox fans that I met that I kind of stumped them, we could have used some of you guys' knowledge. But yeah, here's me running around Fenway yesterday to put some Monster facts and seeing if people knew the clues between how tall the wall was, when it got painted, if and when it burnt down. So check it out right here. How tall is the Green Monster? God number one.
37 feet.
Yeah, that's right, 37.
37 feet.
Nailed it.
Isn't it 37 feet?
No, what?
430. 430? Gio, they're talking about the height of it.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
37? Crushed it.
437 feet? It's 37.
37 it is. Is the Green Monster 37 feet, true or false? That's true. That one killed me. The siblings were the best one because they just kept throwing each other off. One brother kept getting it right. The other one just teaches you that you can't trust your siblings, even though you're blood. But it was great to kind of learn more about the Green Monster.
437 feet. That would be one hell of a monster.
No one's hitting a home run over that.
No one is hitting a home run over that, even though there's some long distances this week at Fenway Park with Romy Gonzalez, Jarren Duran, and the like. All right, Case, we'll check in with you in a little bit.
437-foot tall wall. That's pretty aggressive.
I think he misunderstood the question, and then he kept getting confused.
Well, he got it explained to him, and he was like, oh, no, yeah, definitely 437. Yeah.
So, have y'all had a chance to sign the monster?
I've never been in it. That was a topic of conversation this week, guys. I've never been in the Green Monster. As many times as I've been to Fenway, I've never been able to do it.
I've signed in there a couple times.
Of course you have.
It doesn't stick, so you got to know like the trick of where to sign.
Yeah, so there was a Babe Ruth autograph, and it looked like it was a Sharpie. I'm going to go ahead and say that was false.
Yeah, like if you sign on the concrete, you're good to stay in there for like maybe a year or two, but then like there's different like surfaces in there that the signature is going to stick a little bit longer. So like I had my signature up on like the concrete part and learned my lesson that that's not going to stick around very long.
Good to know. Good to know. Chris Costa is coming up, joining us in a little bit with Card Vault. He's the co-owner of Card Vault with Tom Brady. He will join us right after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's always great to be with you here on Unobstructed Views, brought to you by Blue Moon. The Red Sox are looking to prove that, you know what, it doesn't matter that it's Tampa Bay. We can still get the job done, unlike what Jared Carrabis and Jonathan Papelbon have to say. No score as we welcome you into our studios here at NESN. Also wanted to welcome Chris Costa. Great to be with you, co-owner of Card Vault, along with Tom Brady. I don't know if you heard of him, whatever, TB12.
The Expos catcher?
Yeah, I think so. I think so, yeah. Didn't do really well in baseball, but I think his other career panned out. Chris, great to be with you. Card Vault, it's huge. Baseball cards are huge. Tell me how you got into this, how you connected with Tom, and what we can look forward to in this world of cards.
First off, thanks for having me. Huge fan of the show. Huge fan of Paps.
My man, what's up, buddy?
And I think you're 100% right. Cards have had this massive resurgence over the past, I would say, decade. And myself, having been a collector since I was 5, 6, 7 years old, I remember opening packs in the back seat of my mother's car when I was a 6-year-old kid. And then that collecting just continued and continued through high school, and then went off to play baseball in college. And when I got back, kind of got dragged back into this world of collecting. And as it continued to grow and grow, I kind of saw an opportunity and a gap in the industry where the hobby shop, the card shop of our childhood was this kind of cluttered, confusing, dusty mom and pop experience. And we thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool to build kind of the next generation of the hobby shop, of the card store? And we opened our first store at Gillette Stadium. And
I live right by there. I see it all the time.
Yeah, we've got a great relationship with the Crafts, and we've developed and built an amazing partnership with Fanatics and Michael Rubin. And with those two relationships and our relationship with the Patriots and the Kraft family, the conversation just started to kind of take shape with Tom.
Okay.
Tom being a collector and having gotten really into the card space over the last several years, and having kept all of his own cards over the years, we saw this opportunity to say, hey, wouldn't it be amazing for Tom to be an owner in the space and then kind of partner with us to take this thing to the next level?
How bizarre is that you're just like working with Tom Brady?
That's not normal.
Like you're talking
What do you mean?
about
You
it like
work
it's
with
like
me.
That's true. Like I have Alanna Rizzo and Jonathan Papelbon, but like that's kind of like a Tom Brady situation. Do you ever just like, I work with Tom Brady, like it's Tom Brady?
Yeah, it is bizarre. It is a bizarre thing. Obviously it becomes more normal as we go. And one of the coolest things, and I'm always telling people this since we partnered with Tom and since Tom acquired his part of the business, he is so involved.
Is he?
And more so than we even thought he would be. And we went into this and brought Tom on as a partner because we knew his reputation. When he's involved in a business, when he invests in a business, he's dialed in and he's 100% committed. But it's gone way beyond that. So to your point, it is still surreal and bizarre. We grew up near each other. Tom Brady's Tom Brady. He's the GOAT.
No.
And
if you're from here, he's Lord and Savior of everything,
my
right?
childhood outside of watching Pap win his trophies was watching Tom.
Hey, look, let me tell you something about Tom. That son of a bitch still owes me a jersey, okay? All right, so I need you to go ahead and relay that to him. I mean, I know we used to be neighbors in Back Bay. We used to live across the street from each other. I ain't seen him since, but, hey, pal, he see me all the time. Hey, pal, hey, where's my jersey at, Tommy? Where's my jersey? Never nothing, man.
Nothing.
I'll tell you what, next time I see Tom, which is next week, 3 jerseys.
Oh, wow.
3?
Hey,
jerseys on the house.
Tell him that's interest on that for Pat.
Interest for Pat. Interest for Pat.
No, wait. Who are the 3 for?
Well, it looks like maybe 4. We've got 4 jerseys coming in.
Casey, girl, I got you in.
Thank you.
Pap, you'll get a very special inscription.
Aw.
Yeah,
Well, that's nice.
So I appreciate that.
I'm very excited. I'm glad I came to work tonight.
It's been a wild ride for sure. Yeah, and he's.
I just want to say one thing. Like that's like the American dream, man. And congratulations on everything. And like this whole. Can you stay? Oh no, that's not out. Well, can we keep you for an inning or two tonight?
Yeah, he's got all night. But
I've got cards. I got cards for us to open. I've got Papelbon cards. We got plenty to talk about, Pap.
Pap, they effed it up with the defense, so you can keep talking. It wasn't the third out. Go ahead.
But For me growing up, it was, first off, I wanted the gum because cards used to come with gum. I wanted the gum. And then I started realizing the older that I got that, like, this was a passion, man. And I've always loved collecting cards. But what's crazy for me is like, man, I got out of it when I started playing because I got so busy. But now that I have a son that's 13 years old, I can't even hardly keep up with it, man.
Yeah, it's one of the coolest parts.
So much.
It's one of the coolest parts that we see, as a brick and mortar retail operator. We have 6 locations now. We're opening 1 location every month, which is wild to say every time I say it. But one of the coolest parts of that is we get to see fathers who were collectors reconnect or connect with their kids through cards. So we constantly have fathers and mothers with their kids in our store, and they're opening their first pack in 10, 15 years. They're chasing their favorite rookie card with their son, or they're going after their favorite, piece of memorabilia in our stores. And as you mentioned, with your son, it is a really cool and amazing way to create memories with family. And that's one of the coolest parts about cards. One of the coolest parts about our industry is you not only get to chase moments and chase history and chase your favorite player and collect your favorite team, but you get to create these moments when you open a box of cards like this and you hit your favorite player. And you pull out somebody that you've been really wanting to find, like a Jonathan Papelbon, or like a David Ortiz, or like a Marcelo Mayer or a Roman Anthony. That's one of the coolest parts of this.
And you're noticing, Chris, that those 2 guys that you just mentioned, the young bucks coming up through the Sox organization, they're already garnering a lot of attention.
Well, they are, and which is amazing for our industry, right? And I think one of the things that's so important in the world of cards and collectibles is the rookie, right? The rookies are what drives our industry. And the rookie card is what drives our industry. So as a player continues to progress in their career, and as they continue to develop as a player, you always go back to, hey, what's the rookie card and what's the rookie card worth? And we're so fortunate to have the prospects and the rookies that we have, the Marcelo Mayers, the Roman Anthonys, the Christian Campbells, the Wilyer Abreu, who was just a rookie last year, and all these other young studs.
And there you see them right there, all the rookie cards, and a couple of them with the signature. That's pretty cool, too.
Yeah, these are really, really important cards. The first card you see is a superfractor of Roman Anthony. That's a 1 of 1. So it's the only one in existence, and it's a prospect card. So, that card's probably $7,000.
And it's right there.
Yeah, right here.
If I was an unscrupulous person, I'd be like,
That's right. The card in the middle, that's a true Roman Anthony Bowman first. I actually have Pap's Bowman prospect card from 2003 right here. In a PSA 10, but this card is what you see on the screen for Roman, but with an autograph, and that's a gold out of 50. That's a $7,000 card.
Pap, you're worth $7,000, man.
Don't tell him that.
And then the Meyer as well as a gold from the year prior from his prospect card. So what these are Bowman prospect cards. Every time a player comes into the professional leagues and the minor leagues after they're drafted or they're picked up and selected, they get their first professional card, their first card in a professional uniform, and they're considered prospect cards. So in baseball, when one of these players gets called up, starts to become an all-star, a perennial all-star, these are the cards that everybody goes back to. The Mike Trout sold for $4 million.
It did not.
That's
$4 million.
crazy.
$4 million for a
yes.
baseball card. My goodness.
Mike Trout, $4 million.
No wonder. I mean, I was going to say no wonder he can afford the golf course, but he didn't buy unless he bought his own card back. Who knows?
Well, the Papelbon Bowman didn't quite go for $4 million and doesn't quite go for $4 million. No offense, brother. But it is a card that I love. It's young Pap. I mean, look at that jawline. Gorgeous.
Yes,
Oh, it's
sir.
crazy.
You know what's funny is I have a lot of my cards, obviously, and what I did, and I couldn't figure out what to do with them, and my
Hang on,
we'll get
Pat.
back to this.
Hold that thought.
Got out of it.
We welcome you back to Unobstructed Views presented by Blue Moon. We have Chris Costa on the show with us, with Jared Carrabis on the Jordan's Furniture couch. And look at what's on Pap's table. All of the cards that Jonathan Papelbon, not all of them, but some of the cards that he has collected over his time. Pap, on that table right now, what is your favorite card?
I don't have a favorite one. They all mean something different to me. Some of them are different teams, but like my rookie cards, just like you were saying earlier, the rookie cards, all my rookie cards I treat differently. You know, those are my rookie cards. But I didn't know what to do with all these cards, and my parents actually were the ones that were buying and selling them, apparently.
They were selling them too?
Yeah,
They
and
were
collecting
cashing in.
them for me.
Good for them.
Cashing in.
Good for them.
Yeah, and so I didn't have the time for it. And like I said, my passion didn't get back until I had my own son when he became age and started getting into cards. But I didn't know what to do with them, so I decided to implement them lifelong into my bar, into my casino in my house here. So that's where I've got all mine.
Now, Pap, are all of those in your table? Are they all you, or are there other players?
Yes.
I can't really see. They're all you. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
We've
yes.
got some cool ones here, Pap. If we can pull up on the screen, we have one of your rookie cards from Upper Deck, and you're rocking some stunner shades at what looks like spring training right there, second in from the side there. That is an epic shot.
Yeah, I look pretty fucking badass in that one, though. I mean, and you know, like, what was always fascinating to me is how when you're asked to sign these cards, the way that they sign them, and they put them in these boxes that are perfectly made for the card, and it doesn't get, the edges don't get messed up, and they make you sign it with certain pins, and it's a cool thing to do, be a part of.
Yeah, well, the quality matters, right? We were just talking off air. The condition that these cards are in and how well they survive time is super important to how much they're worth. And the quality of the autograph, right? So as you're signing thousands and thousands of cards as you're a young player, you know, you don't realize, but every autograph that you're putting that time into matters to the value of what could be a Hall of Fame career.
Whether it's legible or not, or what do you mean by that, Chris?
Legible, or whether it's streaks, right? Some of these pens will streak as you move quickly, or making sure you don't sign off the card and your autograph doesn't run off the card. All those things matter and can be, you know, later on down the road as these kids become superstars and future Hall of Famers, talking thousands and thousands of dollars in difference just with one pen stroke, just with one drop of the card and one corner dinged.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
How about a Mariano Rivera autograph? Have you ever seen his autograph? How
He has
immaculately
a gorgeous.
done?
I would say my two favorite autographs of all time, as far as quality and penmanship, Mariano Rivera and Randy Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Randy Johnson has a killer autograph. Really great.
Literally.
And I actually have a card. You guys were talking about Mariano earlier and whether or not he taught you the cutter. I have a dual card, dual swatch, Jonathan Papelbon and Mariano Rivera.
Those are two pretty damn good closers during their time at the same time.
Decent closers right there. And the Mariano patch has the Yankees pinstripe, which is always a cool little touch.
Yeah, that's a cool card with the swatches on it, man. They didn't. Do you know when did they start doing those? I would like to know when they started doing those. You know?
Yeah, in the '90s, the early '90s is when we started seeing like the first patches put in cards and the first autographs put on cards. But they were rare. They were super hard to find. It wasn't until mid to late '90s the manufacturers like Topps, Upper Deck, Fleer, Pinnacle, they started figuring out how to execute exactly what you were talking about, Pap, which is getting the cards to the players, getting them all organized, getting them back to the manufacturing facility, and then getting them randomly inserted into packs. So that started taking place later in the 90s. And what happened, you know, early on in the late 80s and the mid 90s is these companies were overprinting so many cards, and, you know, they would build the set. Before they really started leaning into the patches and the autographs, they would build the set. It'd be a 300-card set. They'd print all 300 cards, and then those are the cards that would go out to the public. There wasn't a lot of rarity out there. It was just the set's the set. That's why you saw a lot of the complete sets that you could buy back in the 80s and 90s. when these autographs and the patches started to become prominent, and then the grading companies started to grade cards for their condition, that's when you started to create rarity and collectability, and that's when we saw our industry really go on this rocket ship, because now you've got protected assets that are graded based on condition, that are tied to players and their markets. And I always try to tell people, think about cards as these mini stock markets for each player, right? And think about each player's market as a stock, right? The Babe Ruth market, the Shohei Ohtani market even now, the Willie Mays market, that's your Google, your Amazon, your Apple, your blue chips, right? But then you've got a kid like Willie or a kid like Roman or a kid like Ceddanne Rafaela coming up. That's a startup, right? And all it takes is
it's a good analogy.
A bad slump or a bad injury. Knock on wood, we don't want any injuries, but all it takes is a shift in, a bad earnings report for a company and the stock can go down. So that's how I like to think about it and kind of allude to it for people is I think of each of these players as their own individual stock markets. And that's what's cool about cards, because you get to invest in your favorites.
Yeah.
So for guys whose careers are already completed, how does their market get impacted? And I fear I know the. Oh, well,
hang on, don't go anywhere. He's going to be here the entire game.
Yeah.
It's too much fun to talk about.
I'm not leaving.
We'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. Walker Buehler out on the hill for his third inning of work. No score into this game. We are having a conversation with Chris Costa of Card Vault. We appreciate him very much. Continue the conversation in terms of, you talked about how it's like the market, right?
Yep.
And NASDAQ and the value. I mean, when you walk into a Card Vault, let's say it's at Gillette or wherever, you guys are opening stores every single day now. Is there like a ticker? With he's valued it more. This one's kind of gone down.
We've actually toyed with the idea of kind of coming up with our own ticker, because there is an active and a live market on every player, right? You have these platforms now like eBay and these data aggregators that, if you're going to a trade show or if you're going into a card shop, you can pull out your phone and quickly look up like all the most recent sales on a specific card or on a specific player. And that's one of the biggest changes in our industry and one of the reasons why this industry has exploded and is sustaining the growth. You really can monitor each of these markets, like I mentioned earlier, in real time, which is really cool. But no tickers yet, but it's a good idea.
Okay, well, let me know. I'm here for all your marketing ideas.
Great idea.
Right down the street.
Great idea. I do want to crack a pack.
Let's do it. We got one out left in here, but we're going to keep you here until
until
the game's over.
I love it. I love it. So I have 2024 Topps Inception, which is a product that Topps put out last year. Again, going back to the idea of rookies are what's important. The 2024 class, I just want to make sure I mention everybody, because this is a really important class. Paul Skeens, whose stuff is on fire.
Ridiculous.
You want to talk about a hot market. Ellie De La Cruz, obviously a super talented five-tool player. Yamamoto, who I believe just got beat up pretty bad. in his
Really
last
bad
start,
against the Brewers.
Yes.
Yeah.
But P. Crow Armstrong, stud for the Cubs.
All-star.
Sedan, Rafaela,
Yep.
our own.
Should be an all-star.
Who I believe should be an
That's
all-star.
my guy. That's my.
That's
if we
Pat's
pick him, you gotta
MVP.
give me
That's
that
right.
one, man.
He's a complete stud. And Willier, who is one
Also
of our
a stud.
sneakiest prospects we've had in a while. This
I
product is really
want
cool.
Sedan. Let's go, Sedan.
All right, so I'm going to give this one to Jared, and then I'm going to let you do the next product
Okay.
when we do the next one.
All right.
Jared, you're going to crack our pack and see what we've got. One of the coolest parts of Inception is they have this monumental, or this called Monumental Moments series, where they put a patch from a game, from a monumental moment in a player's career. Their first at bat, their first start, their first stolen base, their first game. So they're not in every pack. They're super hard to find, but if we pull one, I may jump out of my chair.
No pressure. No pressure,
Hey,
Carrabis.
let's go, Jared. Let's go,
He's got
baby. Pull us
a little
kid.
technique going here. He's got a little
So I'm
technique.
looking at the back here. This
We'll go to the front.
This guy I know, sneaky Sox fan family.
Ooh, nice.
Zach
Is that-
Geloff.
Yeah, Geloff. Stud.
Okay.
Zach Geloff. He's I remember we'll be right back. Okay.
Don't go anywhere. Don't move the pack.
This is what you call a tease.
All right, Jared Duran better be here beyond August 1st, but that's neither here nor there. Jared Carrabis, continue the Inception pack.
Okay. Heston Kjerstad of the O's.
Another rookie.
Now, let me ask you this, Chris. When you were talking about Ellie De La Cruz being in there, obviously Paul Skeens being in there, would Gunnar Henderson also have to be in there? What'd you find?
Get out. Whoa.
It's a Bobby Witt Jr. auto. That's my guy, another Red Sox fan.
This is not staged.
Bobby Witt Jr.
That's the auto we got now?
That's a big card.
Oh my God, what is
Dude,
that worth?
that is huge.
Bobby Witt Jr.
I mean, the fact that we went one box and we got a Bobby Witt Jr.
Wow.
autograph, I think it's probably like a $500-600 card.
Look at that.
It's not a rookie year. If that's a rookie year, you're talking $2,500, $3,500.
Wow.
So going back to the example, rookie cards are really what drive us. There's a base hit by Sedan.
Oh, now he's doing
On
play-by-play.
cue.
I feel like I
Everybody see it.
shouldn't even be touching this card. I feel like now I'm like nervous. I don't want to sweat
Yeah,
on the
man,
card.
get your greasy
Yeah, put it
paws
down.
off that
Yeah.
thing,
So
dude.
awesome.
So what will you do with this card from this moment on?
Yeah, so what we could do is we could set up a giveaway and give it off to a fan or a collector or one of our customers or one of your viewers. But under normal circumstances, if it's just me opening a pack as a collector like Jared just did, I would sleeve this up, I would top load it, and then I would consider either sending it off to get graded. I'd keep it and collect it because I believe in Bobby Witt, or I can list it on eBay and sell it. You have a bunch of different options.
What do you mean top list it?
Top load it. So
Top-load it,
you
sorry.
see how it's got, we have like protective sleeves
Right.
on some of these cards.
Right.
So to protect and preserve the condition, you put in a sleeve, you put in a hard case, and it's protected
Costa.
from the elements. Yeah, man.
Real quick, you just said this, so can you explain to everybody how you can go get your cards graded?
Yeah, great question, and thank you very much, Pat. You can go to your local card vault by Tom Brady. We are an authorized dealer for every grading provider.
There you go.
But the three main grading companies are PSA, Beckett, and SGC. We're an authorized dealer for all three, so you can certainly come to one of our stores and submit your cards, and we take care of the whole process for you. Savvy collectors or collectors with huge cards might do it directly with the grading provider, but most people would use a service like ours. And we handle the whole process, educate our customers and our collectors on how to handle it.
Sedan just stole a base, by the way.
Yeah, you
We
did.
love it.
So would you, speaking of Sedan, my man who can dance all night long, like this guy right now to you, would that be like one of your not so high stocks, but if you buy him and let's say he wins the MVP one year or maybe next year, then bam, you made your money, right?
Yeah, so Sedan is a great example of a player that you can still, I would say, buy low on. Guys like Roman, guys like even Marcelo Meyer, and even guys like Jaron Duran, right? Their markets have developed quite a bit, especially Roman because he was the #1 prospect in baseball. Everybody knew about him. The whole world knew he was coming up. A guy like Sedan, he kind of flew under the hobby radar, not the Red Sox fans' radar, not the Red Sox analysts' radar, but the hobby radar. So I think you can still buy low on a guy like that. And then to your point, if he became MVP, yeah, you're talking about, hundreds and hundreds of percentages in growth in your investment.
Hey, Costa, this is your boy Pap talking to you now. This is your boy Pap talking to you now. If you got some Sedan cards, you better be holding on to them, okay? Don't be
We're
selling
holding
them right now.
Sedan. Card Vault by Tom Brady is holding Sedan Rafaela.
So far, he's asked you for a Brady jersey.
Yeah.
He's asked you to hold on
There's
to
a
Sedan.
massive care package
Yes,
going to Pap
just-
down
yep,
south.
in the SIP.
That's right,
In
down in the
Mississippi.
SIP.
That's right.
I love it. All right, so Jared just completely.
Now wait a minute though, because
Stole the
you
show.
gave him the Inception pack, and you said that's about a $400?
Yeah, $375
Okay.
pack, yeah.
And then he got the card that could feasibly be $600 to start off. So if you buy that Inception pack, you've already made your money back and then some.
Yeah, he just hit on a scratch ticket, pretty much.
I feel like that's really hard to follow up on.
Don't we have more
listen.
to go?
I mean,
I think you
up.
can.
You're
Okay.
up. Well, with this we have a couple of different packs in here, which is nice. So we can both mess around. There's also an encased card in here, which I kind of saw but didn't see. So why don't we each go?
why does he get to go again?
He's got the hot
Yeah.
hand. He
Oh,
just
okay.
pulled a Bobby
Oh,
Witt.
all
I
All
gotta
right,
give him
speaking
the
of the hot
pack.
hand, Roman Anthony keep going, just drove in Sedan Rafaela.
Roman's
The
market
Sox,
up.
the Sox take
What
the
is that
lead,
selling
1-0.
from Bregman there?
I got my Roman cards, baby.
Don't sell no Roman cards.
I would never. These are mine. These came from my personal vault. So I'm a big Roman collector.
How would you
Good.
relate card collecting to wine collecting? I don't know if you're into wine,
I'm not into wine, but I know.
but Tom is.
Tom is into wine. I know LeBron is a huge wine fan.
Do you
I know
think Tom and LeBron are
Bledsoe?
watching right now?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
no, Tom always watches. He texts me
Yeah.
after the show.
Does he really?
Yeah,
Liar.
yeah.
Okay.
He's actively watching.
You said Carrabis had a way about opening up a pack.
Yeah, I'll get you
Yeah.
started and I'll show you the technique. Because
Now
that's
I'm-
actually good to know. So you always use the pop tab on the back. You crack it, and then what I do,
You pop
again,
and
no
crack?
offense, no offense, but I pull it off the back like that.
Okay, pop,
Now
crack,
you
and
got
pull.
a fresh kick. Ooh,
Pop, crack,
see
and
that
pull.
color in there?
Ooh.
Beautiful.
There's something in there.
Hey, give me my pack. Give me my pack back. All
There's
right, so
something in
Corbin
there.
Burns got on the IL, unfortunately. Okay.
Here, let me.
This is like, I feel like it's like a baby. It's like a
Yeah.
newborn baby. You don't want
through it.
I didn't even like touching
Christian
that card.
Yelich.
Ooh, out
Black
of
boy.
50, gold. That's a gold Christian Yelich out of 50. See the serial number bottom right?
No.
Right here.
Oh, right there. Jeez. Okay.
Bingo. Gold out of 50. That's a nice card.
Okay.
I'll take that one.
Logan Webb throws tonight, actually, for the San Francisco Giants.
He's having a great year.
Oh, no, tomorrow. Sorry. He is having a great year. Sagasi?
Thomas Sagisi.
Sagisi.
Sagisi. You're Not familiar with his work.
Not a Segisi guy, yeah.
We're not familiar with Tom Segisi's work. I'm sure he's a lovely young man, right? But
Okay, why are they upside down?
so those are your refractors. We'll flip them up. Now those are refractors, so you can see they're shining in the light, right? They have a different finish on them.
Taj Bradley's going tonight.
Yeah, he is going
This
tonight.
kid's throwing
Right
tonight.
there.
And then you have a Nick York, who was I believe,
rounder.
a Red Sox prospect, no?
Yes, first rounder. He got
Yeah.
traded for Quinn Priester.
I don't have any autographs, Chris.
No autographs.
That
we might have one
sucks.
here. Sucks for you.
Tough.
Wait, so did Jared? Now, Jared, are you opening more from the first pack still?
No, this
No,
is
it's
the
new pack.
chrome black.
These are beautiful
Shea
cards.
Whitcomb. Oh, a little Jacob deGrom action.
All right.
Okay.
He's having another good year.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Marcus Simeon.
Blue out of 150. Another
Throw that
rookie.
one aside for you. Cade Povich.
You're a big Cade Povich
Oh,
guy.
we love Cade
Yeah,
Povich
you're a
here.
Huge Cade Povich guy.
Xavier Edwards and Royce Lewis.
Okay, so we have an encased autograph in this card. So the way this product is encased, you can tell how every product's different, right?
Yeah.
The Inception product was one pack, a few cards in one pack, and an autograph. This product comes 2 packs, where you can hit an autograph in the packs, but there's always a guaranteed encased card, like this.
Is it always guaranteed autograph, or is
It's
it
an
always?
autograph.
It's an okay.
We're gonna. Alanna hasn't got an autograph yet. We're gonna
Thanks
be fair here.
for throwing
Who do
Alanna
you
a
got,
bone.
Alanna?
Ben Rice.
Oh.
I like that.
Yankees
I
on
like
the
that.
broadcast.
No, I like that. He's a good little player.
He is a good player.
he's a
He's got some
geek.
pop in his bat too.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a
Arroz.
Big,
Arroz Blanco. There you go. I like it. Ben Rice.
nice roll of the
Tyler Milliken loves Ben Rice. That's his favorite player.
Shout out Tyler.
Why would
Yeah.
Tyler Milliken love Ben Rice if Tyler's such a Red Sox fan?
Well, because
He's a
he's
stat.
a little sussy, you know.
Super sus.
As the kids
Suspect?
say. Yeah, he's a little sus. Yeah.
Nice job,
super.
Alanna.
Thank you. Thank you.
You just pulled your first autograph.
Oh, look at me. I really didn't. I had an assist, but thanks.
I love it. Good stuff. But yeah, this is what it's all about, right? I mean, you can experience cards in a number of different ways, right? You can open boxes and packs with your friends in a store, at your house, with your kids. You can also go to a shop or go to a trade show, like the trade show we're having this weekend at TD Garden.
And
the Causeway Card Show.
talk more about that.
Well, we do the Causeway Card Show every few months, so it's a standing local show that we do at Big Night Live at the TD Garden. It's 100 vendors, people that do what I do across the country, and then people will show up, they'll buy a ticket to the show, and they get to walk the show, check out everybody's inventory, buy, sell, and trade their favorite players, sell cards to dealers, submit cards for grading, and then we always bring in an autograph guest. This weekend, we actually happen to have Carlos Narvaez coming by.
Oh, I love
The
him.
captain.
Yeah, who is really having a good start to his career.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like this guy. He's at bat right
Look
now.
at
bet right
that.
now, yeah.
That's called kismet.
It's like
Yeah.
we know what we're doing.
Yeah. like we do.
Oh my goodness.
He's on Section 10 tomorrow.
Wow, no big deal. Well, a little plug. They call it a plug.
This is Tommy Topper over here.
Small plug.
Jared
Just saying.
Carrabis.
But so we always bring in an autograph guest or photo opportunities with players from local teams. And at this weekend's Causeway Show, Carlos will be there in the morning. But then it's a day full of just buying, selling, and trading, and just checking out cards and memorabilia and even Pokemon cards and all that.
All right, so Card Vault is going to be featured there. Is there an admission fee? You just walk in, buy the cards?
Ticketed event, but
Okay.
super affordable ticket.
Okay.
I believe our tickets are under $10 this show. And then you can meet Carlos, get a free photograph, and pay for an autograph.
All right, Chris Costa, we appreciate you very much. Card Vault with Tom Brady. We'll be back after this.
Thanks, guys.
it's raining?
That was pretty sick, actually. I can talk about that all night long. Thanks for Chris Costa of Card Vault for being with us. By the way, it's raining, and I'm so glad that you and I are here.
Steve Peralt is the worst weatherman in New England. He was like, yeah, there's no way it's going to rain. It's raining, Steve.
My husband's at the game right now. Chris is at the game right now. He just texted me, freezing.
Can't have it.
Man, that's brutal. But by the way, if he would have pulled the Cedon Rafaela, I'd have bought it on the spot right then and there. So.
You would have Venmo'd Chris, like right now?
Yeah, whatever it takes, I'd have gotten it.
Have you met him, Pap?
No, I never had a chance to meet him, but I wanted to ask him about my cards, but we didn't get a chance to my cards, man.
He has your contact
I meant
now.
Rafaela. Like, does Rafaela know how big of a fan you are of his?
Oh, I don't know. I don't give a shit, really. But, I mean, look, at the end of the day, like, he is who he is, and I think that he needs to harness what he has. I mean, like, sometimes you don't realize how good you truly are, or truly can be. Mm-hmm. This kid, to me, is inches away from being a perennial all-star every year.
I agree with you, actually. I know that I have mocked your MVP prediction, but I'm joining you now with the perennial all-star take. Like, that's not even a bold prediction at this point.
What changed your mind?
Me?
Yeah.
He's hitting. I mean, before it was like a 76 OPS plus and with elite defense. Yeah. It's like, yeah, that's a good player to have. Like, you take the trade-off if you're going to be able to be what I've been saying, the best defender at any position, not just the best defensive outfielder or on your team or in the league. I think he's the best defender at any position in the league. But if you're going to go out there and have like a 115, 120 OPS plus, now to Pap's point, you are talking about a perennial all-star. Like, if you can hit, and he's been hitting for over a month now.
By the way, Pap, your prediction of Buehler going 2 2/3 is done because he's in the fourth here, so that's good.
Yeah, that is good. To me, it all basically boils down to how effective can Walker Buehler be in the strike zone. And what I mean by that, and I said this earlier, when balls are balls, the hitters see that when they're ball out of the hand. And tonight, he's been able to be in the zone a whole lot more. Even like that pitch right there, that's just on the edge. Should have been a strike.
That's a strike, yeah.
When you guys have watched him in the past, whether it's been in his short tenure as a Sox or back when he was with Los Angeles, does his body language look differently to you now? I mean, is he lacking confidence? Is it mechanical? Is it just that the arm isn't right because of the TJ? What is it?
I've noticed that about it, Pat. Like, I've noticed that start in Atlanta when I want to say he gave up like 8. It was a bad one. You can tell he's been out there just battling. And I think one thing about Walker Buehler, great teammate.
Just walked a guy.
Wants to go out there and not just win a ball game, but he doesn't want to put his bullpen in a bad spot either. Like, if he did go out there and go 2 2/3, it would have killed him. Like, it's not like, hey, it's a quick night for me, and now I get to just relax the rest of the game here. I think he goes out there and he wants to die on his shield. Like, he wants to get as many outs as he can and go in as deep as he can into ball games. And I think it's been killing him that he hasn't been able to contribute the way that he knows that he can.
I agree with that.
Yeah, there's no question that he's had that self-awareness and that onus on himself that, hey, I am not doing well, and I know that, and I'm searching and I'm struggling. And the media has also asked him about his health at points, and he's even said, I don't want to talk about that. I don't know if that was insinuating that he did have little bumps and minor bruises or strains, which we all go through. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he is going through some little things that aren't major. But sometimes when you are going through just a little strain here or there, or a little ache or pain, your mechanics can get off as a pitcher. That's how they get off, because you're trying to overcompensate or you're trying to do something you're not used to doing. So I think that's exactly what's happening here. He's going through little lumps and bruises of the season, part of the season where, you get strains, and he's trying to pitch through it. And at times you lose your mechanics. And now what I think is, I think his lead leg is a little long. Like if he could shorten up his stride leg, which is his lead leg, that leg right there, and get back on top of the ball just a little bit more. That's what's going to help him. If he shortens that stride leg up a little bit more, it'll help him get back on top of the baseball a little bit. I'd like to see him do that. I know he's probably working on maybe that or some other things, but he's definitely off mechanically to me.
Pap, is that something that you feel you could just call him and say, hey, this is what I've noticed? I mean, are most players receptive to that, or is it more like, don't even bother?
No, just don't even bother. You know, I will say that when I was playing, if it was somebody like me in that position, I'd be like, well, what the hell are you talking about, dude?
Right.
Just shut up, you know? So I wouldn't do that. Now, I've had many players, especially bullpen guys, come to me at the Sox and say, hey, man, like, what do you got on this?
Shit.
All right. 2-1 ball game. We got to get back into it. See, this is what we were talking about earlier when we first came on. Like, this is going to be a test, right? This team, this Tampa Bay team, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but they've got the blueprint. They got the blueprint to put a good ball club out there.
And they're all healthy, too. This is a team that's not beaten up.
Yeah, and somehow they get the most out of their players every year, it seems like, more than anybody else.
Even though he just gave up the 2-run homer here, before the game, I said if we can get 5 innings and 3 earned runs out of Walker Buehler, I'm taking that as a win. So we're still not, like, he's still on pace to give me more than what I asked him for. The Red Sox are going to need to score more than 1 run. You know, I don't think anyone sitting here thought that they were going to win this game 1-0. The Red Sox bat's got to get going.
That's a great point, Jared. You got to score to win this ball game, especially now you got to score to win. But, you know, the bats have been hot. But you've been facing guys like, I don't know what the heck his name was, Senzatella last night.
Senzatella. Senzatella. Antonio Senzatella.
Yeah, Senzatella don't even belong in the show. I don't even know why he's in the show.
Wow.
I'm just saying. I mean, like, you're facing those guys, right? Taj Bradley tonight's a little bit different. I mean, it just is. But like I was saying, Tampa Bay, I mean, I'm telling you, man, the 1 year they got us, I think this was, what is that? It's off the wall.
There we go.
It's caught.
All right. BRB. All right, we are back. Pap, still talking about Chris Costa and all the cards and what he wants to make out of it. And I mean, I think we just created BFFs.
Yeah, I mean, this is a dangerous combo. You know, Pap, very compulsive. I think he's going to just start getting into the market. He's going to hit one of his bets, and the next thing you know, those winnings are going towards the Rafaela entire rookie collection. So
Yeah,
be on the lookout for that relationship.
You're not off. You're not far off, kid. I mean, especially with my son, man. And essentially, I mean, if we all think about this, I mean, we're gambling on cards.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, and I mean, gambling is super addictive, and I love it. So
Indeed it is. It is Monster Week. It continues all week long on NESN. Casey Hudson joining us again from the Social Media Center. Case, what do you got?
Well, this is pretty fitting. I got to ask some Red Sox fans who would be the best non-Red Sox athlete to hit a home run over the Green Monster, and we'll take a look at what some fans said right here. What athlete that doesn't play for the Red Sox would you want to see hit a home run over the Green Monster?
Tom Brady played baseball for the Expos. He was drafted by the Expos, so I would go with
Tom
him,
Brady.
right? Tom Brady could probably, because he was a baseball player.
Gronk.
Somebody said Gronk and somebody else said Tom Brady.
Ooh, it's a good one.
Ooh, who would you pick?
To watch this.
Oh, I love
What did they
it.
say?
Ooh, oh my God, Tom Brady, because obviously he's like, yeah, it's
This
Tom
guy
Brady.
still
Obviously,
thinks
he
the
did
wall's
play
437
baseball.
feet.
Yeah, Tom Brady. That's a pretty good answer. Yeah.
John Cena. I want to see you do it.
He can't.
I was here for John Cena. I think that one would be comical to see if that works out. But a lot of Tom Brady's is what I heard from most Red Sox fans.
So I saw whatever it was, the Fanatics Fest that they had. They had a bunch of WWE superstars go in a tunnel to throw a baseball for like the radar gun. None of them looked like they had ever thrown a baseball in their lives. Ever. It was crazy. I understand John Cena, very muscular man. I don't know that he could hit a ball over the infield.
But isn't it the hardest thing in the world to do is hit a baseball? And I'm not trying to be facetious
Not
about
for
it.
me.
Oh, stop it.
No.
I'm thinking, the
Alanna, it's the
hand-eye
hardest thing to
coordination.
do.
It is the hard. Ask Deion Sanders, who did both, right? Two-way player
far.
and a lot of different things. He played baseball, he played football. He said hitting a baseball is the hardest thing in any sport to do.
Well, I would
His
think
exact quote, Alanna, was, "What's harder, football or baseball?" And he said, man, hitting that damn moving ball ain't no joke."
Was that the exact quote? Did he sound like that
That's
too?
how he said it, yeah.
I can't picture John Cena having the rotation that one would probably need to have some power behind his bat.
Casey, you are all knowing when it comes to hockey. Is there a hockey player that could hit a ball over the monster that you think would work?
No one gave me a hockey player yesterday. I was shocked about it. I was fishing to get a hockey player. If I had to pick one, though, I mean, thinking of somebody, it's going to be too obvious to go back to Tampa Bay, but Victor Hedman's got a pretty powerful shot on him. So
I mean, wouldn't it need to be like a bruiser? Somebody that has like brute strength, but can also move?
No, because some of those enforcers, they're not powerful in terms of like being able to slap the puck. They're powerful in dropping their gloves.
Oh, that's true.
I
Yeah.
will say this. I did throw BP to the Bruins they had a rookie career development program
Yeah.
that they were doing. And they came and hit BP. I just happened to be in town, and I threw them all BP. And
Did
you
anybody
could
make
definitely-
contact?
No, I was throwing it real easy to them, but you could tell the American hockey players versus the European hockey players by the way they swung, because there's no baseball in Europe, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so you could tell, like, oh, the American kids played before.
Yeah. Casey Hudson, we appreciate you. We'll check in with you in a little bit.
Thanks, guys.
We're happy that you're with us here on Unobstructed Views, brought to you by Blue Moon. Jared and I are on the Jordan's Furniture couch, or chairs, if you will. Pap is at home in Mississippi, and Tom, Karen, Devin Marrero are at Fenway Park. Handling the post-game duties, Will Middlebrooks will join them as well. TC, how's it going? Welcome back to a studio instead of being inside the Monster.
Yeah, thank you. You handled it well. I feel the guys were disappointed when I came back, so you did a good job.
Great.
I don't have the loaner. Where's the loaner? Can I get the laptop?
Listen, I'm brand new. They gave me a loaner laptop, and they wanted to make sure that they got it back. It was like, loaner laptop does not belong to Alanna.
Not that they don't trust Alanna, but could you make this more obvious? Even on the back, loaner laptop.
TC, this franchise, I'm speaking of the Boston Red Sox, by the way. Their valuation somewhere between $3 and $4 billion, would you say? Maybe higher?
Sure.
How do we not have plumbing in the Green Monster for those poor people that are in there trying to operate for 9 innings? We don't have a bathroom in there?
I was thinking,
It's a bucket.
They
Ask
left
Manny.
the ladder. They left the ladder, and that's quirky and fun. So why couldn't you just have like one of those split air conditioning things sticking out too?
Yeah.
Would that be that hard?
Can't be
Ball
that hard.
hits off a heat pump. Who cares?
They'd appreciate it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, I will tell you this much. They got plumbing down there in the bullpen. But you may not want plumbing in Fenway Park in some parts where you want. I'm just going to say that much.
Yeah, I would recommend that if you're going to put plumbing in the Green Monster, you also have to put ventilation in the Green Monster.
Yeah.
And, I'm not sure you need all that. Did you? I don't know if you caught my report. That's where I'm showing it now. Manny Ramirez signed it. This is my bathroom, Manny Ramirez.
Yes,
Got it.
with
Swear
the
to God.
bucket.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll play. I also think, isn't like the bullpen bathroom, like for anyone that's over 6 feet, you have to like piss with like your head over here like that, Pap?
Yeah, very true. It's very claustrophobic, and it stinks like shit, man. Dude, it's bad. It's a bad
I'm sure
deal.
it's kangaroo court if you take a number 2 in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's kangaroo court for sure.
You better be running back to the clubhouse to drop some of them.
So this is what I've been missing, Alanna.
This
huh?
is what my career has come to.
Yeah.
Talking about bullpen poop at Fenway.
Yes.
Hey, TC, Jared said that you have to, when you go into the Monster, you have to be careful actually where you sign or your signature disappears. Can you tell us more about that? Be very wary about where you actually sign
No,
if
he's
you want it to
100% right.
live in infamy.
Yeah, well, first of all, everybody signs over everything, right? So you can't read anything. If you do it in the first couple of things, it's going to get signed over like right away. And they were telling me it's something to do with the light, like over near the door and the camera window, more light comes in, so that stuff fades off quick. If you go all the way in towards center field, it's really dark back there. Your signature will last.
Okay, good to know.
Also, did you catch the Babe Ruth report?
Yeah.
I was pretty happy with that
By the way,
report.
Babe Ruth likes Sharpies, apparently.
Sharpie was invented 16 years after Babe Ruth
That thing
died.
looked brand new.
There's a Babe Ruth autograph and a Sharpie.
It looks pretty good,
maybe
though.
not. Yeah.
I have to say, whoever did it copied it well.
Yeah.
Get Alanna in there soon.
Who's like the most famous authentic signature that you were able to find in there?
We found Ted Williams. We did find Ted Williams.
Oh.
I guess we're going to stick around and talk more.
All right.
Please do.
We'll be right back.
BRB.
BRB. We welcome you back here as we make our way to the bottom of the 5th inning. Tampa Bay up 2-1. We welcome back in TC, Devin Marrero, who are doing the post-game duties, of course, over on NESN when the game is over. So Ted Williams, TC, that's a pretty great autograph.
Yeah, there's a place where you can see Ted Williams' autograph, and it's faded at the beginning, but you can see what he was doing. He was putting an X every time he hit a home run at Fenway.
Oh,
so
wow.
it was like home, and there's a bunch of X's. There's kind of an away, but it's faded out, and you can't really read it. But it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we were talking like trivia earlier, and they added the bullpens at Fenway, Williamsburg, so that Ted Williams could hit more home runs, but then he just never hit any into the actual bullpen. He just cleared it anyway. So they just added that out there for no reason.
That's why it's so spacious, Pap.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, they're the worst bullpens in Major League Baseball. But
what about the Trop? They just
when they didn't
like
even
San
have
Francisco?
bullpens. Remember when they didn't have bullpens in San Francisco or Tropicana?
Yeah, well, I will say that when you do have, and I think they've gotten rid of all of them now. When we did have bullpens that were on the field,
right?
Those were absolutely horrible and
Oakland?
atrocious for the players and getting hurt.
I've slid over that Oakland bullpen a couple times.
On the mound.
Yeah, not fun.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you, Devin, have you ever came in contact with a mound? Because, I mean, that's an easy way to tear an ACL.
In Oakland, I was in the shift, too, and I just hauled butt down there.
Hauled butt. Devin shouldn't be on Unobstructed Views.
He's too wholesome for this.
I'm trying to clean up my image, Mammy guy or,
All right, Mr. Worldwide 305.
Yeah.
Mr. 305.
Mr. 305, better believe it.
Yeah, that muddied reputation of Devin Marrero. The bad boy Devin, as they say.
Never.
So as we were talking during the break here, Taj Bradley has almost a 7 ERA in his last 4 starts, and he's carving up the Red Sox. Why is this happening? Say Don.
No.
Why is this happening?
The ball's going nowhere tonight. It's heavy air.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Misty. It's gross. It's like an April day.
That's pretty brutal out there.
The ball's definitely not flying. You can tell, TC. But to each pitcher's credit, they're attacking these hitters knowing that, right? I feel like they know that as well.
Yeah, he's just pounding the fastball to these guys. He's not really doing anything fancy. They're just not getting to the heater.
Yeah, they're definitely not.
No.
But Bradley's had good numbers at Fenway, right?
He's had good numbers at Fenway. He's pitched well against them this year, even though he's had the bad stretch recently. The Rays, though, I want to say they're 9-9 in his starts. They've lost their last 2, something like that. So it's kind of a coin flip when he goes out there. It's just he pitches well against the Red Sox and he pitches well at Fenway. So odds are not in our favor.
Jarren Duran, you guys, his 3rd at-bat tonight, 2 Ks so far. How do we break this one down for me, Devin? How do you get to Taj?
You just have to be ready for the fastball. His fastball plays up. He likes to throw that thing right up in the zone. You got to be ready for the fastball, get that thing out in front, and drive that thing, stay on top of it to right center. Because, all these lefties and the old school plan is lefty when you're facing right, he's trying to go off the monster. But this guy, you can't let the ball travel too much because that heater will just go right above your barrel. So this is the kind of guy you want to just get the fastball, see a little bit down, but stay on top of it and just drive low liners right off his freaking forehead. Pepper him right in the forehead.
Said freaking, you're coming around.
I'm trying to keep the under alive,
Yeah.
See, that's right. Hey, high fastball.
But to that point, though, right, his heater tonight playing a tick better, right? So to me, I always knew when I had that, you stay with that. And to his credit, he stayed with that. Now, the adjustment by the Red Sox has not been made yet.
No.
So he's continuing to do what he's doing all game long.
Yeah, and this historically is a Red Sox team that they don't hit the fastball well. You know what I mean? So it's like their MO is pound this team with heaters, and
it's a good at bat right there, though. Laid off a couple high fastballs, drew the walk.
Yeah, he always puts together a good AB, and this guy's been putting together some good ABs.
The only outfielder who plays every day, Roman Anthony.
Hey, let me tell y'all something. I just had a guest on this show.
You did?
We did. I'm sorry, we did.
It's his show. It's his show.
No, we did. I apologize to my beautiful people of Unobstructed Views. But what I'm saying is, I ain't never even heard of this, y'all. This kid's got a $7,000 rookie card.
What?
Yeah, so what he's talking about, guys, is we had Chris Costa on with Card Vault, he's the co-owner of Card Vault with Tom Brady. I don't know if you've heard of TB12, but Roman Anthony, his rookie card is worth $7,000.
Come on.
Yeah, the one of one. That's it. All right,
it just went down to $6,999.
Yeah, now he's down to $5,000. CC, DM, we'll see you after the game. Thanks so much.
I'll have a loaner laptop, I promise.
Not a lot of offense so far in this one. The Red Sox down 2-1. Walker Buehler, though, still out there in the top of the sixth, and I just jinxed it. It is now 3-1. Sorry. I'm not.
Not a lot of offense. Well, bam, homer.
I'll just be over here.
That ball was touched.
I'll just be right here.
That ball was touched.
Yeah, but you know, like right here it's a solo home run, right? Okay. The game it's a 3-1 ball game still, right? You got to come get the next guy out. You got to focus on the next guy. And another thing that's kind of been pissing me off about Walker is sometimes I feel like he gets ahead of himself a little bit. And what I mean by gets ahead of himself is he's trying to play chess out there and think of his next move instead of worrying about making what is my best move, what is my best pitch right now. And
that was an awful pitch. It was just a cement mixer, middle, put it on a tee for him, and he destroyed it.
But you also said that you would take 3 earned runs in 5 innings. So they're still very much in this game.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Walker, but I mean, that was a horrendous pitch. It was very bad.
I'm mad at him.
You had him going 2 2/3. He's in the 6th.
Yeah, but it's an unexecuted pitch, man.
He knew right away. We all knew.
By the way,
he knows it too.
Junior Caminero is going to be Alex Bregman's replacement for the All-Star game for the American League, of course. And he also announced today that he's participating in the Home Run Derby.
Nope.
And that's why.
Early start.
There you go.
Yeah, that ball was
very
crushed.
good point, Alanna Rizzo.
Yeah. That was the most kill me pitch I think I've seen in quite some time.
This next pitch, y'all, coming up, okay, is the most important pitch of this entire outing. This 3-2 count pitch right here in the top of the 6th inning.
Tell us why.
Because this will make or break him.
Non-competitive.
Ball 3. It's ball 4. It's not what we wanted.
No. Yeah, I would get on the phone.
So, and the reason being, Alanna, is he punches him out. He gets a ground ball. You don't get the bullpen going, or you don't get them hot, at least. And you still give your chance as a starter to be in this ball game.
Yeah, I get on the phone now. I get someone at least moving around right now. You're already in the 6th. Again, like I was happy with 5 out of Walker, the way that he's been going. Last time out looked good. Didn't walk anybody. Also only struck out 2 tonight. Still no strikeouts, but that was his 3rd walk that he just issued. And also, you know, he's missing badly over the plate. Like this is kind of, like, it usually doesn't get back on the track from here. Usually if you're coming out for the 6th and it's just middle, getting crushed homer, all right, so yeah, you're getting someone out. Chris Murphy's up.
I just have not seen Walker this year, you guys, and Pap, you would know way better than me. I've not seen him once this year look comfortable on the mound.
No, and I haven't either. And Alanna, that's because, well, you do have an eye test. You've seen enough baseball for God knows how many enough lives, but you have an eye test, right? And you can see that eye test that like something is not right with Walker. You can visually see him searching and trying to find it. You know, like even on that strikeout, like he's trying to get it there, it feels like. And he's like, oh, whew, I got it there. Okay, now I can breathe a little bit. It's not, I'm about to punch him out, wipe out here. It's a little bit different of a feeling when you're out there on the mound, knowing that, like, you're trying to find stuff, and when you find it, oh, great, but is it really there? It's a mind, it's an imbalance in your mind, really, is what it is.
It's almost like you can see the gears turning.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like he's just fighting for his life. It's he's not in attack mode. He doesn't have that air of confidence about him where it's like I've got my best stuff and I'm coming for you. It's more like, how do I survive this at bat with no damage? And I think, you know, it's not like he's afraid to get hit. He's not trying to blow anybody away. It's not like he's trying to punch out the world, but it's more so limit the damage, because when he's making mistakes, his stuff is not electric enough to where if he makes a mistake, it's still, you know, an unhittable pitch. If he makes a mistake, it's getting crushed. So he has to strive for perfection, which is very difficult to do at this level.
Let me tell you something. It's the hardest thing to do at this level, and every pitcher, well, every athlete goes through it, and he's going through a time where he doesn't have what he used to have.
Yeah.
Okay, he does not have what he used to have in the tank anymore. So you're having to reinvent, reconfigure. Oh man, line out to
TS10 got us. You know he got us.
It's your boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we'll welcome you back here on Unobstructed Views, presented by Blue Moon. Apparently, Fox put out an all Red Sox lineup, obviously Red Sox of all time. So, Casey, I'm going to ask you to weigh in on this and your opinion about what Fox said in terms of the best Red Sox lineup of all time.
I'll tell you this, as somebody getting situated in Boston and having talked to a lot of Red Sox fans yesterday, a couple names that jumped up in terms of fans being super hype about. Fisk was probably the top name that got circulated around from fans. So looks good. You got him, you got David Ortiz. And wait a minute, this face looks so familiar. Jonathan Papelbon.
That's right.
Yeah.
The greatest reliever of all time for the Boston Red Sox. Made the all-time list.
Look at that handsome guy right there.
What a stud. Red Sox all-time lineup.
I will say this, all those guys on this list, especially Fisk, man, I've gotten to talk to most of these for like an extended period of time, but I can't see, except for the first baseman and maybe pitcher, Cy Young. Yeah, I never got to talk to him.
All right, well, wait, what about so Jared went off today on the fact that it was Cy Young and not the man that's on his shirt, Pedro Martinez. Casey remembers this. Casey was in the room with us, and he was like, Cy Young has just as many losses. The only reason he has so many wins is because he gets pitched all the time.
Cy Young sucks.
That sounded very accurate.
He leads all time in losses. He pitched every day. If you dig up Cy Young right now, I would put it on the Mass Pike off that dude.
Wow!
Dude probably throws 65 miles an hour.
I can't disagree with Jared. I can't disagree with Jared.
So it should be the Pedro Martinez Award?
Yeah.
I feel like Pedro, yes. I feel like that spot should be his.
Or Clemens. But the answer is Pedro. But like Cy Young wouldn't even be like in my top 30 for that distinction.
Who do you think the award in Cooperstown then should be named after? The pitching award for the pitcher of the year. Not Cy, apparently.
No, he sucks.
He probably thinks it should just change the MVP for the pitcher.
Oh.
I mean, like the Walter Johnson Award.
No,
the Nolan Ryan.
it.
Nolan Ryan never won a Cy Young. What do you mean, stop it? He's 9th all-time in strikeouts, Pap. You trying to tell me Walter Johnson sucked too?
He probably threw 88 too.
That's fine.
So did Dan Herron. I throw 88. That's his Instagram handle.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it has to be someone older. You can't have like the all-time pitcher award be named after someone that's kind of recent.
Right, that's why I'm asking why, if it's not Cy Young, who's it going to be?
It can't be Clemens because of some choices he's made in his life. I know, but he's won the most. He has 7 Cy Young awards. He should probably have more. If you go back and look at some of the years that he finished like 2nd or 3rd, he probably should have 9.
All right, wait, Casey, stay with us. Don't go anywhere, because after this, we're discussing this all-time Red Sox lineup. We're talking outfield.
Cy Young sucks.
All right, there we have it, you guys. 6 innings from Walker Buehler, did have the 5 hits, the 3 earned runs. Jared said he was fine with that. The Red Sox offense, though, needs to wake up. 92 pitches, 60 of those for strikes. Let's go back to the conversation we were having. Casey Hudson's with us, of course. And we're talking about the all-time lineup for the Red Sox. Let's specifically talk outfield, Case, because it was on there. Was it, you tell me, Ted Williams, Yastrzemski, and Mookie Betts, I think, were the 3 that were featured on the lineup. Is that correct?
Yes, you got that correct.
All right. So are we thinking that's the case? And where is Jim Rice in this list?
Oh.
The outfield's tough because the Red Sox had a long line of Hall of Fame left fielders. It's like, do I take Carl Yastrzemski off of that team? I think I might. I think I might do that. Is he a guy that was a little bit of a compiler? Like, he had 67, MVP, Triple Crown, respect, no doubt. But a lot of the, like, he has every Red Sox record, like most games, all those things. But there have been so many good outfielders in Red Sox history, and I'm sure some people are probably looking at the Mookie Betts pick and saying, oh, that's just recency bias. If Mookie Betts had stayed in Boston, like he should have, we're talking about rivaling Ted Williams for, like, statistically, wins above replacement all time in franchise history, all that stuff. Like, he could have been up there as, the second most talented player in franchise history. I think it's a little tough to make him and put him in that outfield because he'll have played more seasons with the Dodgers than he will with the Red Sox. So, like, if we're talking all-time Red Sox, maybe I move Yaz out. Maybe I move Mookie out. I keep Ted Williams, obviously, out there. Jim Rice gets out there.
Look at Pap's head.
You don't want Jim Rice? Don't let him hear that, Pap. If Jim Rice...
I don't think Jim is even wearing clothes.
Oh, wow.
Are you putting Manny in there?
I am.
I for sure got Manny in there. Manny's the best right-handed hitter I've ever seen in my life.
I know, but this is, is it also, are we talking defensive outfielders or are we just talking offense?
Manny was great defensively.
Listen, when you get into the Hall of Fame, they don't talk nothing about no defense.
I know.
Okay?
Look at that. Manny had a cannon, dude. You got to respect his defense.
I mean, he was at shortstop there, but we'll say he had a cannon.
Didn't you say in our pre-pro meeting, it wasn't even really a meeting, you were just talking about how everyone thought that Manny was dumb, but he just played dumb?
Yes.
He's actually a very smart baseball player.
Yes, incredibly smart.
Explain yourself.
So, he would get to the yard super early. Like, if you took a baseball and you kind of just, like, threw it at Manny, he could just, like, look at the spin and tell you what pitch it was. He was very cerebral. He was one of, like, the guys that would always get the most time in the cage. And, like, stuff like this. Like, when you had plays on balls to left field, you'd be a runner being like, oh, it's Manny out there. I can take the extra base. But he's doing stuff, like, because he used to take ground balls at shortstop. Like, well, as a left fielder with the Red Sox, he would take ground balls at shortstop. So he would just take a bounce off the wall and then chuck it like a Jeter throw at shortstop to get it back in. It didn't matter where it went, but he was great at getting the ball back into the infield. And in the process of doing so, he had a lot of outfield assists in his time with the Red Sox.
So, Pap, who's your all-time outfield then, if you're not putting Rice in there?
Number one is Yaz to me.
Okay.
I mean, he's got every record there is we're talking Red Sox, right? I mean, just Red Sox.
Red Sox,
so, yeah, I mean, Yaz has got to be in there. I mean, this guy, look at it, man. Love it. Smoking heaters in between innings. I mean, this is my kind of guy. This is the kind of guy I wish I would have played with. So he's my number one. My number two is Manny. And believe it or not, my number three, and we're talking about outfield, Ted Williams.
Okay. So
that's insane.
So
Ted's by the way, that's insane to say that. That's crazy. Ted was better than all of them combined.
No, I don't know. Look.
Pap, nope.
I will not let you. I will not let you put.
You got the best left-handed hitter, and you got Yaz. That's the way I look at it.
Okay, and Ted Williams almost had as many home runs as Manny, and he left to go fight World War II and the Korean War, and then he came back and hit more.
I know, but we don't have the stats to show. That's what I'm saying. Like, I agree with you. I agree. And I know that there would be Ted Williams would be atop of every list there is.
Yeah.
I agree.
And he doesn't have the MVPs only because he didn't play for the Yankees. No, I can't have you put – no, I won't, Pap. I'll drive to Mississippi tonight, and we'll have this discussion man to man. He's not number 3.
Camera guy with you so we can witness all of this, please.
Yeah.
I just want to see the cards with the table with all the cards and have a little bit of bourbon watching you two.
Let me tell y'all something. Jerry can't hang with Pat. Nah, Jerry can't hang with me.
Yeah, I'm getting old. I am a little sleepy.
And plus, I got to fly up to Boston tomorrow. Anyway,
I know. Why didn't you come here today? I mean, you're in studio with me tomorrow at Fenway. Why are you at home right now?
He's afraid. He's afraid of having this debate face to face.
I don't think he was afraid to meet Chris.
He knew we were having this.
That's what people are saying.
If that bromance popped off in person, Pap's never leaving Boston.
Yes.
Is there an outfielder now that you think can end up on this list eventually, Pap?
Well, I tell you someone that I would have liked to have seen play out a little bit better and play as a little bit longer and have a longer career in Boston was Jackie Bradley Jr. I wish he would have had a little bit longer tenure here and wouldn't have gone through some of the stuff he gone through with the injuries and stuff. So, I mean, I thought he could have been a really good one. As we're talking currently.
He's looking to pick his MVP, Rafaela. He's taking Ted Williams off and putting Rafaela on. All right, it looks like Taj Bradley is out of the game and bring in Brian Baker. Now, this guy was just with the Baltimore Orioles earlier today, Pap and Carrabis. He is now a member of the Tampa Bay Rays, and this is a Tampa Bay Rays staff, top to bottom. That's pretty ridiculous.
49 strikeouts in 38 1/3 innings. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, 110 whip, so low traffic, high strikeouts. Not the kind of guy that you want to see in this situation. There you go.
Yeah,
numbers right there.
Yeah, you know, their pitching coach, Kyle Snyder, is a former teammate of mine, and it seems like every time I come to Boston, I do the Rays, and so we talk a lot. And he's so big on whip, which I was always big on whip. And you know, they had their philosophy is to attack, and when you attack the hitter, the hitter doesn't have a chance. He's always on his heels. He doesn't have a chance to attack back. You know, the pitcher has the ball. They have the ability. Pitching is offense, if that makes sense. It's you're creating offense to another hitter that's trying to defend you, if that makes any sense. I know that's on a whole nother level there, Jared.
I was like, I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about.
Oh, he got his first bad word.
But they attack, man, and I love the way they go about it. But you know, and it comes from Kyle Schneider, actually.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the game, Jared said that Trevor Story was going to hit for the cycle. That's the first time he's been on base. He got to walk.
Well, they won't pitch to him, Alanna. They're
is that
afraid
what
of
it is?
TS10. Yeah, they were like, we don't want no part of this guy. So they put him on the old-fashioned way. They pretended that they were pitching to him.
I know one thing, that within this inning or the next, there has to be an answer. Like the Red Sox have not answered back yet. So what they've been doing against the weaker teams, they've been able to answer back. Now,
But man, this could be the guy to do it, Pap. I mean, Romy Gonzalez has been on fire in there just to face lefties, but he is forcing the issue to face anybody, regardless of the handedness of the pitcher.
I don't call that pitch. That's a bad call, yes. But Romy has been on fire lately. And really, if you look at it, he's been the one guy that's been playing every day.
Yeah, he looks good.
I tweeted last night that if Romy were still in the White Sox, he's an all-star this year. That's how good he's
Well,
been.
I mean, if you were on the White Sox, you'd be an all-star this year.
Well, most teams would be an all-star, but yeah, I think, Romy's been super underrated this year. Which, by the way, I love the platoon. I don't know where you guys stand on that. I still love the platoon. I don't need any help.
Got that bag.
I think they're going to take a look
We're
at
going
that.
to challenge this.
Yeah.
This is probably a challenge with your boy TS10 here.
Yeah, I don't know if I love that. I gotta see it up close, but that didn't look super comfy.
Safe.
It's going to be a matter of, does he get his left arm in there?
Ooh.
I think he's in.
I think he's safe.
They called him safe on the field. I don't see anything that can overturn that right there.
That's
I
a bad
believe he's going to
angle.
be safe, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I think he's safe. All right.
Yeah,
Not
they,
even looking at it.
they didn't even look.
Yep.
Ball down.
Good
Go.
eye.
All right.
All right, here's the
We
answer
got
back.
action. We got action. This
I'm
guy,
not your holler back girl. This is the answer back, though.
Yeah, this guy had a long flight.
That's right.
This guy's had a hellacious day, Pap.
But you got to love the fact if you're him, you're like, oh, I just went from the Orioles to the Rays. Sweet.
Yeah,
I went
that's
from
great.
a pretender to a contender. I'll take it.
Speaking of Kyle Schneider, there he is. We'll go ahead and settle down his pitcher a little bit.
The king of mound visits. The king.
Oh, God.
I
You
wish
know
I
what,
loved
Jared?
anything more than I love how much Kyle Snyder loves mound
Not
visits.
Danielle.
You know,
I mean, he may
actually-
love mound visits more, if we're being
Wow,
honest.
sorry,
yeah.
Danielle.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He may.
You know, Jared, I think we had an unobstructed views that the last time he had 100 mound visits, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
of course. It's tradition.
And so I saw him after that when I was doing the game. I said, dude, you've got to do something about these mound visits, kid. This is killing us.
Yeah, it's been a thing for a long time. It's who he is. It's his identity at this point. He's the mound visit king, but it works.
I mean, is that the hill you want to die on, though? The mound visit king?
It works. They pitch
Yeah, it
they pitch
works.
the ball well. That's what they do.
All right. Marcelo with
Yep.
a little answer here. You got to have a productive at bat here no matter what, though, right?
Yeah, no
you
out.
got no outs, men on first and second. You have to be able to pull a ball or get a ball to the outfield
Okay.
or draw a walk even. But you have to have a productive at bat no matter what. Got a complete shift on him, I would imagine.
Nope. Yeah. Great call, Blue.
Shortstop's playing right behind second base, I would imagine, yeah. Second base is pulled over a little bit. Got a hole, you got a 6-hole open to you, Marcelo Meyer. You got to pull something or put it to the outfield.
There you
2-1
go.
count.
There
You got to
you
do
go.
damage on the 6-hole gap.
Let's
There
go.
it is.
Bayou. Let's go.
Dale. Okay.
Let's go. All right.
In business.
Is this a movie thing that they're doing, or are they eating something?
So I think it's a movie thing, but I don't want to know.
Why?
Because
it could be like phallic.
I don't know. So like I don't know how I should say this.
We're on cable. We're fine.
Let's say that there was a reporter who asked around what it meant, and he was kind of just like, you know what, I give up. It was kind of like, yeah, ask him, and then it was like, all right, well, ask him, and then it was ask him. So I don't know.
So they didn't want to.
Yeah, it's between the players.
Okay.
Like, so I don't even want to know what it is.
Lies. You want to know.
If
you want to know every single
I bet
thing.
you I could find out. If I want to know, I could ask, but I don't. I'm like, hey, that's your thing. That's your thing. I want to know. I remember that there was like a different team that had something that they told the public one thing, and it was really something else. So.
Oh, I'm sure.
So whatever story comes out, it's like, I don't believe you guys. They didn't have like celebrations like that back in your day, Pat.
Yeah, they're not letting that out. Nobody's letting that out.
Nah.
My favorite is Garrett Crochet, where he milks the cow. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Milk them, baby.
They've got their story of like, this is what this means to us, and then let's make up something for the public so that they can stop asking us about it.
Yeah. Sadon's going to answer too right here in this 1-2. He's feeling perfectly. Oh God, he's feeling perfect 1-2. This is where he lives. This is bread and butter zone right here. 1-2 count.
I feel like every time he steps in the box, though, he's down 0-2, 1-2.
Yeah, that's what he likes. It's sometimes it's, I had to load the bases up before I had, get serious,
Get
Okay.
through.
See what I'm talking about?
1 run's
You
in.
see?
2 runs are in. Sox lead. Sadon, the MVP.
Sadon putting on my head, boy. We're going to be dancing all night long tonight.
We're going to get swept. They're going to get swept.
They are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They're not.
They are.
Man, this is a great piece of hitting right here. Staying through the ball, staying up to the middle, balanced stroke right there, 1-2 count, knowing that he has to get the ball in play here, right? Like he knows, I've got to put something in play here, put the pressure on the defense. Man, I love that at bat.
See you later,
right there.
Yastrzemski. Rafael is on his list.
And he's in there.
Hey, now he want to take second too.
This type of stuff was not happening a few weeks ago. I'm just saying. And I'm not trying to connect dots, but I think this
Bye,
team.
Devers.
I'm trying to say this team's playing with a little bit of a mojo they didn't have.
I'll say it for you. As soon as Devers left,
They're a
this
little bit
started
looser.
happening.
They're having more fun. The late inning comeback stuff was not happening.
I couldn't agree with you more, Jared. I couldn't agree with you more on that. I mean, I just. What do we got going on here? AC's calling time. He's disrupting the game here. He's calling out the umpire.
What do we got, Blue? I don't know what we just got.
Now, this umpire is telling Sadon.
Are we talking disengagements?
No, I don't think
Our
it's
truck doesn't
disengaged.
know either yet, so we're waiting to hear what the truck hears.
Yeah, we'll
anything.
see.
Oh, little sawed
Good
off.
piece of hitting. Good piece of hitting. No,
Oh, damn, not deep
I
enough.
thought that was going to be deep enough. I guess he shattered his bat. Yep.
It's that brute strength.
Yeah, well,
I taught him
you know,
everything he
you
knows.
can see him trying to move the guy over. At least you could see the thought process there. At least.
I mean, he was trying to put one over the bleachers. He's feeling it right now. The leg kick is back. 3 straight games with a home run if he connects one tonight. Look at Roman.
All right, so talking disengagements right there. So that's one disengagement. He gets another, but the one after that.
He's gotta get him out.
He's got to get him out for anybody else that's watching. Yeah. On the third attempt, you must get him out.
That's a big run out there right now.
That's a very huge
I
run
believe
right
they would
now.
call that insurance. Did you know I was just in Bermuda, and it's the insurance capital of the world?
Is it really?
It is.
I did not know that.
Yep, now you do.
Bermuda?
Bermuda.
Bermuda.
Highly recommend. Not because of the insurance. Water's pretty sick, too.
I got to go to Atlanta.
Sorry. What's wrong with going to Atlanta? I know you're going for the All-Star game. Atlanta's cool. Okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's
I've
nice.
been-
I like the
I've-
Battery area. It's good. All right.
All right. That's all
Moves
right.
them over.
I mean,
There you go.
I mean, you at least it's somewhat productive. I mean, you score on a pass ball here. It's about it, but
Toro. Not a good first impression on your new ball club. I'll take it,
Well, they
though.
probably put him in coach instead of first class. I think
Yeah,
that's probably
that'll
what's
happen.
bothering him. The wave in baseball goes, I can't say it on television, but stop
I
with
hate
the
the-
wave in baseball.
I hate the wave.
wait, why do y'all hate the wave?
Oh my God, in baseball, it's so freaking annoying.
Yeah. It's also distracting for the players.
Well, especially, I mean, that's not the situation right now, but if your pitcher's on the hill and then the wave's going on behind, I mean, stop.
Yeah.
What
I mean,
are you
for the
doing?
hitter, it's distracting for both parties, I would imagine.
It's the wave, though.
No.
It's the wave,
It should
though.
be in football, that's it, and soccer.
Yeah.
Abraham. It's amazing to me how many of these young hitters get to 1-2. And I look at it like from a pitcher's standpoint. Like if I got you 1-2, I don't know what my stats were when I had you 1-2, if I got you out or not, but I'm pretty sure, damn sure they were high. But we'll go ahead.
All right, big inning. Big inning.
Bringing the table
Big inning.
over, the legs are going up. Let's go. We just had Casey put out a tweet, you guys, asking about whether the wave should be allowed in baseball. And if anybody says yes, I'm immediately asking her to tell them no. It does not
Everybody
belong
will
in
say
baseball.
yes, Alanna,
Not
trust
everybody,
me.
because Jared and I, we're already like overpowering you. It's 2-1.
No,
you're getting
y'all are
bullied
weird
right now,
about-
Pap.
That's weird.
That's
It's weird. Y'all
weird.
don't like the wave.
I don't mind the wave. I just don't like it at baseball games.
I got some good news for you guys. Christian Campbell, 3-run home run for the Woo Sox.
Hey,
Yeah.
good job, Christian. We'll see you in September.
I'd like to see if he pulled it, though. That does matter to me.
Alanna, you're exactly right. Good job, Christian. We'll see you next September.
Did he pull it? Oh, and he pulled it.
Oh.
Oh. That's big.
Now, this is an interesting move for me.
Well, Whitlock hasn't pitched in a few days. Maybe, I mean, is this? I mean, obviously it's a matchup situation, Pat. But the starting staff has been so good. The bullpen, the 3 big guys in the pen, have gotten a lot of rest. So is this a matchup situation, or is this like they just need to get him some work?
Well, and usually he comes in to pitch 2 innings. But man, he's got filthy stuff tonight, and you can tell he's had a little bit of rest. He's got some crispness to his stuff tonight. There's no doubt about that. That changeup right there was filthy.
I mean, are we all on the same page here? We don't want Whitlock going 2 innings tonight. Like, I don't need a 6-out save. No. I want Chapman in the 9th.
Yes, and
it's a 1-run game. This is a team that you got to beat.
Yes. I understand that, but what I'm watching out of Whitlock right now, I don't know. I gotta see how he keeps throwing. I don't know,
No, we need 44 in the 9th, Pat. We're not messing around tonight. Even if it is 3 quick outs, I mean, you can't assume that, but he's pacing well. I want Chapman. Go for the throw.
I'm just telling you, they bring him in for 2 innings.
I know that they do that. But not tonight.
Not pitched. He comes in and pitches 2 innings.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to tonight, and Chapman needs the work too.
Yeah, I guess they're going to probably give them both an inning. I would say,
unless they're saying like if Whitlock's down tomorrow and you want Chapman available.
Does it matter if the Red Sox get another run?
Chapman's going to pitch tonight. He needs to pitch. He's going to pitch. I understand that. I just
if they get another run, I bring him back up. But 1-run game, I'm going Chapman.
Yeah.
Yep. Same.
And that's no disrespect to Whitlock. He's been very good this year. But 1-run game, this team. Like I'm not running any risk here. I'm bringing in my best reliever, who happens to be one of the best relievers in the league this year.
Yeah. No, I think it's a matter of he's got to pitch tonight. Whitlock's got to pitch tonight, and he's wanting to pitch. And it's just a matter of, you know what? We're not going to give you your normal 2 innings. Probably, we're going to give you some time to work. You got an inning, but hey, this may be starting to transition him into possibly setting up. Who knows what Hicks is going to be, right?
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know, right? So as of right now, if you're asking me, your best 1-2 punch right now is Whitlock Chapman.
Yeah. Also, it's a 4-game series. So if I use Whitlock for 1 inning here and it's low stress, then I want him available for the next 3. So I would rather have him available for tomorrow or Saturday or what have you than run him out there for 2.
Games.
No, but if he goes 2 tonight, he's down tomorrow.
You'd like to. What you're saying is you'd like to at least have him available for all 4 of those games.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, look at just the eye test. Going back to what me and Alanna were talking about earlier. The eye test for me right now with Whitlock is through the roof. I mean, ball is coming out of his hand in the same arm angle, the same slot. All of his pitches are coming out of the same slot. Like, he misfired right there, and he still had no chance. Like, he was trying to go down and away, and the hitter still had no chance. So that ball was leaking over the plate that much more. Will Middlebrooks, look at him. He's so mad. He just almost got a foul ball there.
See ya.
Whitlock, Weissert, and Chapman. That would be a really good law firm. Let's get some insurance run on the other side. All right, we are back, and of course we had a conversation about whether or not the wave is in good thing in baseball, but there's another tweet that Casey Hudson has that is far more important to what we're talking about right now. What is it, Casey?
The wave is equally important. 20 views in like 6 minutes. But before we go there, this might be a Stan account for Jared. I don't know. Jared Carrabis is right. Whitlock 8th,
Nope.
Chapman 9th. Win the game tonight. Corey Brinson, I hope you said your name correct.
Yeah, it's correct.
All right, there we go.
He knows
Corey's
because
on
it's
your
his
side.
it's his Stan
his
account.
dude. Yeah, it feels like it.
He does my graphics, but he also has great opinions as well. So shout out to Corey on that.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah, no, he's right. We are right. It is. That's how you manage a team. So
That's it. That's all he has to say.
JC, AC, the connection. We just get it, man. You know, there's a couple baseball guys that just doing it big right now.
Just baseball guys doing baseball guy things.
Yeah.
Well, someone else doing baseball guy things. Oh, I thought we were going to check out Christian Campbell's home run, just in case anybody wanted to check in and see how he's doing. But before we get to Christian Campbell, how about that wave vote so far?
Yeah.
Alanna, I think you and Jared are on the biggest team here. 22 votes. Yes, it's the wave. No, people are not a fan of it. Sorry, Papelbon. I didn't mean to set it up like that.
Yeah. The
most
wave
fans-
sucks.
Always has, always will. 77.3% says no, the wave is not a good time. It is distracting.
Look at Pap's doing the wave right now.
Yeah,
he's
I'm sorry,
doing the
Pap,
wave.
I set that up so
this
poorly.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
We're doing the wave on Unobstructed Views. I love it.
And I love it.
Would you be the guy to start the wave, Pap?
Yeah, actually, I've started many waves. Many waves.
I believe it.
I have.
All right,
Favorite
Case. Now,
waiver.
there is a Christian Campbell sighting. Go ahead.
Oh, there we go. It's time to check out Christian Campbell for anyone who wanted to see what the pulse was like for our guy here. Look, I'm happy to see him putting in work.
Jared's happy that he's pulling the ball.
I needed to see it. I mean, you know, it was a big thing when he was up here. He wasn't pulling anything. Willier? No.
Jared, did you see who was warming up in the bullpen?
Is it 44?
It is 44.
Oh, my boy. Chappie.
They heard you loud and clear.
All right, Case, we're going to
get
say
ready.
good night to you. We appreciate all of the thoughts and insight on X, like the kids call it, and so does Elon Musk. We will see you next time, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Always appreciate hanging with y'all here.
Thank you.
Thanks, Casey.
Look at Sadan.
He's so happy. Just a happy guy.
Yeah.
He's such a good-looking guy too.
Oh, now he's good looking, too.
Yeah.
All right.
He's got that
Good-looking
MVP
MVP.
smile. Yeah.
I mean, wait till he gets those braces off. I mean, dude, he's
I know.
gonna be even better.
Wait till he gets his break.
Are we going 44 here?
Pap's going to be at the orthodontist waiting. All right, you said you need this bad. I hope my
bad.
mic was not clipped for that, but
Fine.
that is what it is.
Need it real bad.
This is a huge win, Alanna. This is a huge win.
Hey, we're not saying that. We're not saying that yet. No jinx.
It would be. It would be.
Pat's the jinx.
It would be a huge
Time
win.
out.
It would be.
Time out. I'm just telling you what Jerry Carrabis just said.
I didn't say. There's no record of that, by the way.
I don't know. I think our mics were on. They might have
no.
clipped
Yeah,
that.
we can get that on record easy.
By the way, I see 44 out there, Pap. I don't see Garrett
All I
Whitlock
know
out
is
there.
I needed this win. Is all I heard.
I need it. I need it real bad. Got to have it. I have to have this game.
Why?
It sets the tone for the rest of the weekend. You have Walker Buehler, who has not pitched well. If you can win a game,
Crochet goes tomorrow, right?
You got Crochet, Bayo, and Dobbins the rest of the way. So I feel good with those three. Buehler's start was the one that you were kind of worried about. You have Roman, Meyer, and Rafael. Like, the kids won this for you. The fact that you were able to get a quality start out of Walker Buehler was excellent. The fact that Taj Bradley was shoving it up your ass and you still won. What?
Game's not over yet, by the way.
I'm setting the stage.
Dobbins is tomorrow. Crochet Saturday.
Dobbins tomorrow, Crochet, then Bayo.
Okay.
Yep. And then day game Bayo on Sunday, which he's pitched well during day games this year, which is abnormal for him as well.
Well, it was also abnormal for him to go a complete game, and he just did it. He is doing so much better the last 4 outings.
Giolito as well.
Same.
Like, we've got guys.
You got a guy. I got a guy.
We got a guy. So this getting this one tonight is very big, because then you're in a great position the rest of the weekend against the team that you need to beat.
Correct. I maintain 3 of 4, and we overtake them in the division.
No, they're getting swept.
Oh.
I tell you what, don't put this kid up putting up a good at bat against us. This game is not over yet, and to his credit, he got the first out. Now he increased his odds by at least 30-40% to finish this game, just by getting that first out.
Ooh.
Yeah, a quick out.
2 pitches, 1 out.
Low stress.
But this kid right here, he hails from Mississippi State, so you can't let this dog eat. Let me tell you something. This kid right here, this is a hunting dog. This ain't no show dog. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, he ain't no show dog. You take lightly and he prancing through looking real pretty. Look at that show dog. No, that ain't this kid right here.
See, that's
He's
why
a
you
hunt
should always
dog.
rescue Jared.
We're
he's a
thinking
hunt
about dog number 2 potentially.
Well, it better be a rescue.
You're gonna have to help me with that.
I would be happy to. I could have helped you with the Golden Doodle rescue.
I know, but all
That-
right, fine. All right, fine. If we get a second one, I'll consult you on that.
Thank you.
Look at 44.
This is an interesting mound visit for me by Narvi. Maybe he sees something. Maybe he saw something in his delivery. Maybe, I don't know. Just seemed odd. 1 out, 2-2 count. We can get him here, and he obviously saw something there, in my opinion.
Don't forget, Narvi's going to be on Section 10 podcast tomorrow with Jared and the boys. He's also going to be at the Card Vault event on Saturday at TD Garden.
Man, I told y'all. Can't sell them Mississippi State boys short, dude. They know how to play.
Is that Dan Jan?
Yeah, Dan
Danny
Jan
Jansen?
coming up.
Wow, Red Sox legend Danny Jansen. Pap, you're not trading Chapman, right? Are you dangling him to see what you get, like, in terms of offers, or what?
If I'm a GM, I dangle everybody. Everybody's getting dangled. That's just how it works.
Even Bregman?
Well, I mean everybody. Not every last person, no, but most everybody that you get any kind of inkling on, you're going to say, "Hey, what do you got?" You're going to entertain everything, is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Always willing
And
to
I
listen.
believe Breslow will do that.
All right, I'll take it. That was definitely a ball, but We'll take the help.
I had some help. That's Morgan Wallen and Post Malone.
Oh, I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm well versed.
Are you?
Against my will, but yes.
What do you mean?
I like Post Malone.
That's God's music.
Yeah.
All right. All you need is a ground ball.
Come on, Chappie.
Here we go.
Come on now. Yes, please. Thank you.
The comfort pillow.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. See ya. Uno más. Uno más.
You better believe C.V. Butler's calling it.
Does he want to go home?
Oh, yes.
He might have held up, but you know what? We don't care. Not my problem.
Oh, no, CB, he's at first base tonight. He's calling that all day.
All right. Fenway's got some energy tonight, huh?
It has all week. It's been unbelievable all week. I was there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It was phenomenal.
Summertime in the city, baby.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
it's
helps.
a
It
sick
helps.
park.
Helps when
Beautiful.
you're winning.
Yeah, no doubt. Tomorrow is Dropkick Murphy's night.
Is it really?
It is. We'll talk a little bit more about
Tomorrow
that.
night's going to go down. It might even be going down after the game, too.
Oh, is that right?
That's right, Alanna.
One more.
Dale.
All right, put him away, Chappie. You know what to do, kid. Don't go in. Stay away. Thank you.
Stare
There
him down,
you go.
Chappie. Stare him down. 7 straight wins for the Sox. Season high. 5 games over 500 for the Sox. We love to see
Are the
it.
Sox for real? Are they for real? Will we figure out before the All-Star break if they're for real against a real contender? They look
People are
good
saying,
tonight.
people are saying they're a real baseball team, Pap. That's all. That's all. Season high 7-game winning streak.
It's the Jonathan Papelbon dancing Papelbon bear for Dropkick Murphys. They are going to be at the stadium tomorrow during Friday at Fenway. Yes, that's right.
Look at that.
If you think they partying now, wait till the drop kicks come tomorrow night. We'll be there tomorrow night getting it down in Fenway, that's for sure.
All right, apparently the Red Sox are not going to get swept. They win this one over the Rays. 3 more games before the break for everybody here on Unobstructed Views, brought to you by Blue Moon. Jonathan Papelbon, Carrabis and Alanna Rizzo saying good night.